Welcome to this Pixotope tutorial. In this video, we'll cover how to add and use media sources inside of Pixotope. In addition to routing tracked camera sources, you can also add untracked media sources in the routing panel in Pixotope Director. Let's create a new one by going to Media and then Input. Let's name it Media Input 1. The routing process is identical to that of a camera system, except that there's no tracking component added to the media input. In this example, I'll set the source as NDI. I'll also create a second input and name this one Media Input 2. I'll then assign a different NDI signal to this one, so that we can test switching between the two. The media inputs can be applied to any 3D object in our scene. In order to do so, we must select the object and then go to the Components section in the Details panel. From here, we can add a new component, which in this case will be a media input. You can already see that the media is being applied to the object. By selecting the media input component, we can access its settings. Here we can use the source selection and input options to control which media is being displayed. Source selection will by default be set to by number, meaning that we can use the input number setting below to cycle through the routed media. Currently, we're displaying media number 0, which is the first one we routed. If we type in 1, it'll display the second media. Inputting an even higher number will display the message waiting for input, as we don't have any more inputs routed. Setting the source selection by name instead gives us access to the Input Name drop-down menu, from which we can select the media to display based on the name we gave it in the routing panel. Sometimes we might be working with a 3D object that has multiple material slots. In cases like this, we might need to control which one of the materials the media input component should override. In this example, I have a screen that consists of two material slots, one for the bezels and one for the screen itself. If I add the media input component to this object, you will see that it defaults to the first material slot, being the bezels in this case. To control this, we use the Material Index option found on the media input component. Setting this to 1 in this case will make it so that the correct material is overwritten. We might also run into situations where we want to apply the media to a blueprint that consists of multiple 3D objects. If I apply the media input component to this blueprint, which contains a sphere, a cube, and a cone, you can see the media automatically gets applied to the sphere in this case. We can control this by using the Mesh Tag option. By typing a tag into this field and giving the desired object the same tag, we can force the media to get applied to that object. Let's choose Media as the tag to use. We'll add that both to the Mesh Tag field on the media input component, as well as the component tags on the cube, as that is the object I want the media to appear on. As you can see, the media now switches off the sphere and gets applied to the cube instead. For more information on this, or any other Pixotope subject, please visit the Pixotope Help Center, link in the description.